with the owner of Bent Motorsports, David Beckett, and his crew, Jacob Hunsinger, James Hernandez, and Jake Russo. Listen in as the guys discuss all things motorsports, including tech tips and current shop projects.
Oh.
Well, that's broken.
There
Hey-o.
you go.
Hey, you got to hit it one more time.
No.
No? Is that it?
There you go.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Is that on?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good.
All right. All right, well. Yeah, I need to see more doctors than that. Psychologist, maybe? That's true. All right, we're back. Another podcast, and we're here with another very special guest. She's been on before, Sydney Stevenson, and we're going to talk about her King of the Hammers adventures and what it took to get there the first time and what it's going to take to get there a second time.
And hopefully get through it this time.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool. So we helped Sydney and her team last year get their Jeep ready for the race, and they're racing in the Everyman class. What's your number?
4645.
The 4645s.
You had to think about that for a
Yeah,
second.
4600.
For a second.
4600 class. If you guys want to know what it is, just go on King of the Hammers and look up the class. It's essentially supposed to be a stock Jeep, but it's a pretty well modified Jeep only because of safety is the main reason why we do all the changes. Now, before we get into the issues we had getting there the first time, let's thank some people right out of the gate.
Yes.
Rock Jock was critical in getting
Absolutely.
the Jeep there. Also, Rare Parts stepped up. We'd also like to mention Dead Man Offroad, Warren Winches,
Also,
Off the Grid
You
Surplus.
guys.
We were there, but I mean, you can thank us later. But
We had like a couple hours into it, I think.
yeah, we had a
Just
couple
a few.
hours
Yeah.
into helping build it.
Maybe.
I mean, how many days before the race did you come for help?
15 question mark?
15 days.
That was my favorite part. Was I posted something on the 4600 class like Facebook group, and it was like, "Hey guys, just had a question on this," and everyone's sitting there. This isn't a question you should ask 15 days before the race. Like, good luck getting there, blah blah blah. Everyone was just hating on it, and then like, we obviously made it, and I'm like, I wish I was that guy that would post and be like, haha,
Yeah, right.
So, about that.
See us there,
Nothing inspires us more than other people's doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Or our own doubt.
Sydney and her team, they were definitely underdogs. I say we're part of the team now, but
Like, you don't know how much caffeine I consume in a day like that.
yeah, right. We need a Monster, or who are we gonna get? Monster or Red Bull? Who's gonna sponsor us?
One of them.
So Sydney, you can tell us a little bit about your team. It's a father-daughter setup. Why don't you just give us a quick rundown of what Team Drop Top is?
Yeah. So my dad and I started kind of off-roading together after my brother got his first Jeep years and years ago. And then slowly, little by little, he got a Jeep. I got a Jeep. He upgraded his Jeep. My Jeep got overhauled.
Oh, that's right.
So
Like,
kinda
actually overhauled.
By Chip Foose, overhaul
Yeah.
and overhauled.
Yeah,
You guys can
not
look that
just
one up
like-
too.
rebuilt.
gentle, one up on that one. I think I won.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
maybe.
subtle.
And then, I don't know, about the same time, we went out to King of the Hammers for the first time, and we all kind of looked at each other. My mom likes to say that she was the one who first said, wow, we could totally do this. This is like for everybody.
Famous last words.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe that year, 3-4 years ago. But this past year, it was definitely, we were definitely out of our depth, but it was fun. We had a blast. Like you said, we had a hell of a time getting there in the first place. But we just laughed the entire day. My dad and I have obviously been working together in the off-road for years. But this was different. He let me drive, which
Excellent.
I don't know that he thinks was a good idea now, but he did. And it happened, and we both survived, mostly. And it was just a blast. We just absolutely loved every minute of it, most of the minutes of it, once we got there, after we finished with all of our axles and all that stuff that got us there. But then we got there, and we actually made it a lot further than I think anybody expected us to. We made it through the start line, and then back,
So one lap.
Yeah.
And this is for the everyman class, it's a 2-lap race, correct?
Yes.
The second lap is a little bit different. You repeat the first lap minus a little bit, and then you continue into the second lap.
Right.
So to finish just one complete, at least, loop of the course was a big achievement for that class, especially for how quick this build was put together. And
There was no run time on it.
no
at
run
all.
time. They did not pre-run. They did not
The
go up to Big Bear and
the
test
gears weren't even broken in
or
yet.
anything. Yeah, the gears were not broken in.
The
Like
gears
this was.
had, like, I don't know, probably a total of 15 hours on them by the time we ran. Max.
Yeah, we
It's just insane.
we were scrambling so much to get this Jeep for them built. We built an entire new roll cage, added a fuel cell. I don't know.
Fully built axles,
Fully-
lockers.
Yeah, we decided
re-geared.
to swap the axles out for JK axles, re-gear them, add
ARB
lockers.
lockers.
I mean, and all of this we decided like 15 days before the race.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
super brilliant of us to do this. But Sydney now knows at Bent Motorsports, we just dive right into the deep end. Like we don't even, there's nothing, we don't say no. It's just, let's go do it, right?
That's why you guys match us so well.
Yeah,
Perfect.
we're fit for each other.
Can do attitude.
Yeah, and you did the Rebel rally, which
Couple years ago,
a
yeah.
couple years ago, which it's not her first time behind the seat of a sporting type motorsports event, so she kind of got her feet wet in that. So we could go into the details of how we got there, but maybe that's for another time. We had just the fact that we did it so quick makes us feel like this year we've got way more time and we have way more people that
Way
want
more
to
time, right?
way more
Yes,
time,
We're
right?
gonna
I'm
have way
telling
more
you
time,
right
right?
now, today, we are doing this. If there was any doubt before, we are doing this in a couple of months. So I'm giving you at least that much notice.
At least
Yeah,
2
that's
months
good.
notice. Super.
Not in the same month.
Well, we don't have to build a whole car this time.
Yeah,
we just
yeah,
have
yeah.
to
Just
modify a
fine
car.
tune
We're
it.
going to fine tune it now.
Fine tune it.
Um,
And we've been there before, and we've gone through tech inspection at the lake bed before,
Yeah.
which was also
it's a huge learning curve. There's a lot to learn.
That was the other thing.
Um,
Weren't you guys like the last one to tech? Or like you drove out there like the last day of tech and
we teched like 4 times. We got 3/4 of the way through tech the first time, and our horn wasn't working, which that was the only thing, you guys, that you didn't touch,
well,
I mean,
pretty much. We were like, we can do the horn, right? Like all I wanted, like I didn't know very much about the build. So I was like, I just want an air horn. Like that would just be so cool. Like have a super loud horn. We literally messed with that horn all the way up until the day before the race when we re-teched. We finally got it to go off. We literally went back and forth to tech like 4 or 5 times trying to get this horn to go off for them. And then we finally got it to go off. We got through to the second tech day, which is basically where you like re-tech. You all go through it as one big crew to re-tech, let everybody see your stuff, and then like make sure you didn't change anything before the race the next morning. And our horn didn't work again. So we finally had to unplug. Thank God we left the stock horn in it. Finally had to unplug it, plugged the stock horn back in. By then the tech people knew our names, so they were like, yeah, it's good enough. Because it went off.
well, let's talk about the King of the Hammers event itself, right? As much of if anybody's been there or not been there, it's a massively chaotic situation out on that lake bed, right?
Yeah.
So
especially being part of the event. If you're a spectator, it's chaotic. If you're part of it and like you have to go through the ins and outs of everything,
it's way more chaotic.
It's insane.
We
It's
were out there
absolutely
helping
insane.
a couple of other teams as well as Sydney's team, and I gotta say that they were really nice.
Yeah,
All the Hammers people that we ran
super
into
forgiving.
were super nice, super understanding. They realize that it's complicated, and I just want to give those guys a little shout out too. Well done, Hammers people.
They're hard on it too because it comes down to the safety.
It
right?
is. It's,
Right.
it's
you
important. You
have
can
to
tell that
be-
that's paramount.
You
with
have
them.
to be strict on that. If not, there's going to be a lot of bad stuff that gets through there that ends up being dangerous.
Right.
So we've got some things that we're going to add to that. Now, what we did also learn in this, what Sydney's learned in her team, is that this is not a cheap endeavor, even at the everyman level. It takes
Yeah.
funding, right? And without these sponsors stepping up, like Rock Jock, Rear Parts, Dead Man, Bent Motorsports, and all of us trying to help get there, we do it because we just think it's bitching and fun. Our time is what we donate. And in order to get there next year, and actually try to be more competitive, not just show up to. Our original plan was show up and pass tech.
Right.
Right. That was our goal. Literally show
We
up
just
and
wanted
pass
to
tech.
make it
right?
through the start line.
Yeah,
Like
then-
that was.
And then it was, okay, we want to start the race. And then it was, okay, we want to finish a lap, right? And you finished a lap. And I think all goals were met in all reality. Well, next year we want to do more than that. And Sydney's going to do a desert dash. You guys are calling it, right?
Yep.
Desert Dash is presented by Drop Top Off-Road. Sydney is Drop Top Off-Road. You can go to droptopoffroad.com, droptopoffroad.org. You can see her on Drop Top Off-Road for Instagram.
Yep.
And I'm sure if you just Google Drop Top Off-Road, well, be careful if you Google that.
Do you have like a Patreon too? Do you have a like?
Do we have an account set up
Uh,
for if anybody wants to donate, like
so
a Venmo or anything?
Donations would be directly through the website itself. You can, I guess, purchase a ticket and just say you're not coming. I'll probably set up an additional, kind of just
Okay.
general donations, but most of it's going through the website at this point. Just
Okay.
trying to keep it kind of all
So if
heads
you,
above water.
yeah, and if you go to that website, you'll see the Desert Dash. It's going to be November 12th out in Ocotillo Wells. I don't know if any of you have been going to Ocotillo Wells for years. You probably know Marcus. He has a huge property out there, and that's where they're going to hold the event. They've had events there in the past. Marcus calls it the Ocotillo Wells Adventure Motorsports. I don't think there's a website, and this is a brand new name. He's still building this property up to be something really cool for events like this. Things they've done there in the past, I think Jeep Adventure did their Trail Academy there. They filmed commercials out there for Ford and GMC. North Coast Church does their huge event out there every year. He's putting it up as a technology and training facility. Right. And so Cindy's going to have her Desert Dash out there, and you can go on her website, sign up for it. I think Rock Jock's bringing their taco truck. So you can, I
bringing
think
some sort of
we're
taco
hoping
truck.
it's a taco
We'll
truck.
see.
And you can buy those dinner tickets online as well. There's going to be vendors out there. There's going to be raffles. You can camp right on the property with all the vendors and everybody. We're working on trying to get a little RC car track set up. We're going to have some beginner courses and off-roading for anybody who's a beginner. Sydney will be there giving rides in her Everyman Jeep, right?
I think that's the one we're going to do.
That's the plan, right?
That's the plan.
You also have your Foose Jeep out there?
Yeah, it'll be probably out there.
So I have the Foose Jeep out there as well. It's just going to be a super, super cool event, and it helps Sydney get to the race this next year for King of the Hammers. It also, let me get this right, Sydney, all the donations that are going in not only help you get to the Hammers, but it also goes to King's Ransom's fight against human trafficking, right?
Yeah,
and,
so we
and
have-
Trail Therapy.
Yes. So a section of the proceeds will go straight to Trail Therapy Offroad, which is a 501c3 helping veterans get out and get introductory courses into, off-road and that kind of stuff. And then every dollar for dollar that is donated to us, whether that's through the straight, ticket sales, raffles, all of that stuff, every dollar is going to be matched by a corporate sponsor and donated to basically a company that a 501c3 as well that fights human trafficking.
Sweet.
And that's called King's Ransom.
And so this is not a totally selfish endeavor, everybody. It really is to help a lot of other charities out, as well as get us to Hammers. Let's see, what else do we have about there, Buck? It's 600 acres out there, right?
Yeah.
He's got a huge property, Marcus.
Yeah, he does, and it's really cool. We got the chance to go out there a couple weekends ago and just kind of
Check it all
see
out.
what it looks like, and we'd never been out there before. And it's cool. His son actually is doing a ton of like motorcycle jumps and stuff out there, so he's got a whole track, and he does a lot of incredible motorsport stuff that I would never dream of challenging. And then, we're going to do trail rides and stuff, just get people out there in the area, something that they haven't seen before or an area that they haven't had access to. Everything is still kind of building at this point. So there's going to be trail rides. There's going to be, the introductory. That's the stuff that we know is going to happen. And, we'll continue to build on it and get more cool stuff added to that.
Yeah, it's going to be, for those of you familiar with Ocotillo Wells, it's just opposite a county line, essentially, on the south side of the 78. It's almost exactly where his gate to enter his property's at. For those of you that have not gone out to Ocotillo Wells before, this might be a really good opportunity for you to jump into the water, right? Because you're going to have a whole bunch of people in a essentially fenced in area that can teach you all about Ocotillo Wells. I know for sure I'm going to be taking people on rides to different places. We're going to check out the Airplane Boneyard. We're going to check out Slow Jamistan. We're going to go to Shell Reef and see if anybody's jumping their motorcycles. So if you've never been out there and you've always wanted to go out there, but you're afraid because you think it's full of a bunch of wackos, you're right, but go with us and you'll be fine. So
No guarantees.
no guarantees. So it'll be super fun. All right, Cindy. Well, what else do you have? What else do you want to talk about? Did I miss anybody who needs to be thanked?
My partner in crime, Roy. I don't
Oh,
think we mentioned
Mr. Roy.
I mean,
Well, I mentioned the dad. It says right here, father, daughter. I said it.
well, he did put up with me for an entire
That's true.
12-hour day.
He's the accountant.
King of the Hill.
Mom and dad are over here off camera. Roy and Sally. She's definitely sponsored by Team Mom and Dad, number one sponsors. So we'll definitely throw a bucket of ice on them out at the desert or something.
Yeah.
Anybody who wants to volunteer as well, right?
Yeah.
Because we need to build a team. We're also joining with 2 other everyman teams to try to. It's a big burden, right? Fueling, pit stops, things like that. So we're joining with a couple of other smaller teams to help. So our volunteers who are pitting it goes a little further, right?
Yeah.
Because you're helping 3 different teams. But if you do want to volunteer or anything, just leave a message or a note to Sydney at Drop Top, and she'll get back to you and put you on the list.
And that's the same as well for Desert Dash. Anybody that wants to volunteer or anybody that has an extra specially cool vehicle, I would say that rivals, Fusicon, but hey, that's just me. Anybody that wants to give rides out, we're still making that list of people who are giving up their front seat for some sort of tour, just to kind of get people more exposure. You'll get a chance. People who ride with them will get a chance to pick their brain. Especially newbie off-roaders that want to see where their lines are, want to see how they drive their rigs, how they built it, that kind of stuff. They'll all get access to that person for. We're not sure what trail exactly we're going on, so not sure how long, but some sort of access to them as kind of a cool additional raffle prize kind of thing.
And you guys going to keep updated on your website all the different raffle prizes that are going to be
Yep.
available so people know what they're going to be getting?
Yep.
Okay.
And then we are also including, just because it's one of the cool programs down here in the San Diego County area, we're working a little bit with the San Diego Jeep Club to bring Toys for Tots as well. So if anybody wants to bring an unwrapped toy out to the desert with them, they'll get a couple tickets to the raffle, and you get to help support another great cause.
Yeah, we love San Diego Jeep Club. Those guys are rad.
Did you mention the date on this?
Yeah, November. Let's mention it again. November 12th, which is Veterans Weekend.
Right.
It's usually. I know the kickoff for the season is usually Halloween. This is like the following
I think it's
2 following weekends
2
after
weekends
that.
After that.
But yeah, that's November 12th, Ocotillo Wells. Go to Desert Dash. It's at droptopoffroad.com.
.org.
It doesn't matter. Either one
Either
will
one.
take you.
Org
.com,
or
.org.
Org.
.com.
Quick to correct me there, Jake.
I'm looking at the sheet
well,
here.
I was told
I want to
otherwise.
make sure we're not
so
misinforming
We are
people.
also going to be camping out there. Us personally, we're going to be camping out there Friday night and Saturday night. So when
I'm
people
gonna get out there
register,
Thursday.
if you want
Yeah.
to, you can.
First come, first
You
serve.
do you.
As long as Marcus gives me the code to get in.
It will not be an additional charge to camp. So that's the other big thing is we're basically just charging by family unit ? So within reason, but we're not going to charge you for every motorcycle that you
Yeah.
get.
Yeah.
That's good.
And but there is
$25
limited space,
rate.
right?
Yeah.
So it's not like this is unlimited. So please, if you want to go, just go lock it in and come out and hang out with us. We'll have a great
Yeah.
time. All right. Thanks, Sydney.
Thanks.
Mhm.
Bye.
Be back when I need to put more stuff on my rig.
This has been the Bent Motorsports Podcast. Thanks for listening in. Be sure to give us a follow on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube at Bent Motorsports. Stay updated on the latest happenings, future projects, videos, and events here at the shop. Remember, guys, at Bent Motorsports, if it's in stock, we've got it.